Hey, what's up everyone? I just wanted to do a quick video talking about the scene Luke, I Am Your Father. And it's amazing how so many people can remember something, and yet the majority of society stated, oh, it never existed. It never existed for us. Yes, it did. For many of us, we vividly remember these things. And it's been parodied so many times, and people, I have seen it on so many cartoons. Just last night, and yesterday, it was stated on a show that I was watching. It was stated on there was this interview that was taking place and on YouTube, and I wish I could remember the video it was on, and they stated, Luke, I'm your father. And another show that I was watching said, Luke, I am your father. If I find it, I will be sure to make a video about it. I'll record it, and I'll put the link to it in the description. But it's just amazing how you see all of these references, or what we would call residue, to our memories. So, for all the deniers out there, and everyone stating things like, since we've been awakening, all of the people that state that it's a collective false memory, like the whole Chick-fil-A thing, like the Cheese Whiz thing. It was gone for a long time, and then there all of a sudden, boom, the history of it's back, and it's back again. For example, Tidy Cats, the flip-flop that had happened over and over and over and over. I went through that flip-flop a couple of times. One person said they went through that dang flip-flop over and over and over. They said that dang litter bag switched over and over and over and over again. And they stated that it happened, they couldn't count how many times. I remember they were living in a world, the world around me said Tidy Cat. No S, and it looked so foreign, it looked so wrong. But I had to just roll with it and move on. When I would go through the cat food section and the litter section, it said Tidy Cat for the longest. And suddenly one day it was back to Tidy Cats. I go to make a video about it, I took pictures of it, and I was like, good, it's back. Maybe our memories are slowly turning back to how we remember. Kind of like the Houston, we have a problem. Houston, I'm your father. That means Houston, I'm your father. No, Houston, we have a problem. I was going to make a video of residue of it. When I was making the video of the residue, I discovered that it had already changed back. So when I go to make a video about both Houston, I did it again. Houston, we have a problem, and the Tidy Cats thing, I found out both of them had flip-flopped multiple times for many people, and both of them had already changed back for some people for 6 months. For me, just yesterday. So unless you're shifting or something's happening, how could I have gone in the store the day before and seen something different, and then the next day it changed for me that day, and yet for everyone else affected, they've been talking about it for 6 months, I find, but yet the day before I found nothing about it, nothing. And then when it changes for me, I find out the people in our community had been talking about it, some of them anyway, for 6 months in the world around us now. And then the rest of them, oh yeah, it's always been Tidy Cats, never changed for us, the rest of this world. And it's like, well, it did for us, but for some of us, why did it change? Which they'll say, well, they shifted at different times. But unless this phenomenon is real, and it is, why would, I'm talking to the skeptics out there, why would they have experienced the phenomenon for 6 months already, while I had just witnessed it the way it was, the wrong way for me, the day before? Everyone else, it flip-flopped back 6 months ago. But for me, it just happened that day. And that's the way this goes. But they come from the world that has the same memory. as I do. Some people state, well, maybe they came from a version of a world that was similar to mine, but other things were different, but yet the tidy cat thing was right. And then they go to this one, and it's like, well, they came here 6 months ago, then suddenly I'm here. Boom. And now who knows where they're from and all kinds of things. I don't know if that's what's really happening. Many people speculate and think that dark forces are messing with reality. The dark, sinister forces. And there's a lot happening at CERN. Someone messaged me and stated CERNs have opened up the gates and that they've been getting messages, spirit messages telling them that, you know, and the angels and the spirits have been telling them that CERN has opened up the portals to the dark side. The gates to you know where. And it's not good. I believe that. And when you see what's taking place where these prominent individuals, these people, get up at these award shows and pay homage to the dark side and say, well, all of my dark witches up here with me, or all my witches up here with me, and do the dark magic, and who run the world? We do. Remember that? I know they were giving reference to the Who Run the World Girls Beyonce song, but they act like Jay-Z and Beyonce are the incarnate of gods. And they act like all of these people, these celebrities, are going to be ruling hand in hand with the ruler that's coming. It's happening. It really is. And I feel so worried for the souls of the people that are doing this. Or maybe they're just an avatar body. Maybe their soul is already gone and was taken over by something dark and evil. Maybe they were already taken somewhere else. Maybe they've been taken already. And the body that's here has been taken over by a dark, sinister force. Maybe that's what's happened. That's what some people were stating in videos and telling me. That's just some of my theories as well. That maybe I'm hoping for the sake of their soul, their eternal spirit, I'm hoping that they're not the ones promoting this. Because if they are, they're in for such a world of hurt. It might seem great when they rule side by side with that sinister being that's going to rule, this world leader, the final Antichrist, the beast system. It might seem great and beneficial for them, and they'll get all of the benefits and riches and seem like hierarchy and rulers, and that's not the way you want to rule. But they'll seem like, you know, they're getting everything, like they are now, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and all those people ahead of that's within incorporated into the Illuminati and the dark occult, the dark sinister forces ruling this world. I'm not talking about healing magic. I'm not talking about white power. I mean, that's not what I meant to say. White, powerful, powerful, like white magic, healing white light of God. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about using a gift that you've got for various things. And various Bible verses mention various gifts that are very similar to what many people would call, oh, it's dark, it's evil. But no, it's just a gift that you have. And some people have them, especially now, including myself and many others out there. And the gift to, you know, speaking to spirits, discerning spirits, it says that. And it's, you know, being able to perform gifts of healing and gifts of some speaking in tongues and gifts of various gifts. And it states that people will have these various gifts. And there's good and there's bad magic, and dark, and there's light and dark. There's good and bad powers of God, and there's the good powers of God, and there's the bad powers of evil. Light and dark, positive and negative. We battle not against the forces of physical forces, but against principalities of darkness, the unseen forces. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities of darkness. Like it says. And you see that today greatly. Anyway, I went off again a little bit from the Luke, I'm your father thing, but the point is, this phenomenon that's happening, hey, if it does have to do with the changing of the times and laws that the final Antichrist will do, If this is the generation that we are to experience that, here's another theory of mine. If this is the generation that we are to experience that, wouldn't we be seeing the effects of it that he's going to do right now? Those of us who are awake and aware? Just saying. So, even James Earl Jones on regarding back to Luke, I'm your father, he stated, when I read the script and I read Luke, I'm your father, he said, I thought, is this a soap opera? And he was, he said, like, is this a soap opera? So I mean, he even remembered it that way. And when he came on 2.5 Men, he said, which one? Luke, I'm your father, or the Mufasa voice? Or, I mean, yeah, remember, I mean, he even remembers it that way. This is CNN, or Luke, I'm your father. That's what he asked Alan on 2.5 Men, which one he wanted him to state. So, you're not going to have so many people remembering something that never existed. It existed somewhere, at some time. It existed for us. It's just so many people out there can't wrap their heads around that, sadly. They just can't fathom it or comprehend what we're going through. And I'm so sorry that they can't. I really am. But I had to do my rant. That's my thoughts for right now. I love you all. Peace. Much love. Thanks to the person that donated, by the way. Thank you very much. And if you'd like a shout out, please let me know. To all of you out there watching now, feel free to donate. I'll leave my PayPal link below. If you do, you don't realize how much that will help me. It helps out a lot. Please donate. And I'll leave the link below to my PayPal. It would help out greatly. And let me be able to continue doing what I love, making these videos and just sharing with you all, because it is very, very special to me. Peace. Much love. Feel free to donate to my PayPal. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. Peace. Much love. Bless you all. Bye.